Ani, Bojo, Kwekwe, Tansi. It's Catherine and Brian at Moonstarlodge, on the shores of Georgian Bay, here with your weekly reading for May the 6th through the 12th of 2024. We have a new moon this week, and it's the new moon of Storyteller. Storyteller. So on May 6th, the first day of this reading covers is the last day of Looks for a Woman. And now we are, Listening Woman. And now we are in Storyteller, who is the guardian of the medicine stories, the keeper of Heyoka medicine and humor, the leader who teaches without pointing a finger, the preserver of speaking from personal experience and truth. She teaches us how to reach people through telling stories that contain lessons, how to balance the sacredness with irreverence using humor creatively, how to speak from our experience without judging others or being self-righteous, how to be a student of life as well as the teacher, preserving all the wisdom gained. She teaches us how to speak the truth. I learned early in life from Storyteller. Anyway, let's go to the cards, Brian. So once again, I'm using all the ancestor decks. I try to use decks 2 weeks in a row because the 14-day cycles seem to work with the energies. These are all what I would normally use as ancestor decks, fall decks, Halloween, Samhain, but this week they're telling us stories, ancestor stories, that are appropriate for this time as we move into this new moon. So we start with the Eight of Swords in reverse. The only card that came up reversed this week. It's the first card that's come up reversed in a long time. But it says we're coming out of a time of anxiety, self-imposed squirrel brain, that it's a good thing. We are moving past anything which is distorting our perspective on the journey that we started last week and will continue this week. It's clarified by the Fool. Oh, okay, so this card came up last week, and it's this new journey. So we can take the journey as we come out of this anxiety and self-criticism and all the old tapes and loops that we tend to have. Hopefully on this last day of Listening Woman, we have let this anxiety go. The next card is Judgment. We are the judges of what is in our best interest. And the Two of Pens is Wands. It's about being in a good place, making critical, passionate judgments about where we need to go. Anxiety would throw us off. It would not serve us to have that. So letting it go is critical. We're in a good place to be judging where we're moving forward to. We have the Page of Swords. It's interesting here to me that we have alternate cards here are all swords. So that's a curious energy. The Page of Swords is about thinking about things, going after things from a place of new perspective and curiosity. It's like looking at something that we've looked at for a long time in a certain way, and suddenly we look at it differently. It's like seeing something for the first time. It's also about seeing something new. Knowing that the choices that we make about moving forward and whatever new journey this is that we're on, we are impervious. We are totally protected by Source. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes, how that looks like to me. We are not going to have anything happen to us as a result of moving forward. Temperance is the next card. Temperance is the alchemist, the one that can pour between water and land, between two cups, mixing spirit and earth, mixing this dimension with other spiritual dimensions. She's a more spiritual form of the magician in a lot of thinking. And she's clarified by the card Signora from the Santa Muerte Lenormand. Signora is a woman, and it's a mature woman. And this is the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades is about the mind. Okay, it's like the Swords card, the Ace of Swords. And that's interesting to me because somewhere here I thought I saw, there's the Ace of Swords there. So this is an incubating new idea. Look for some suggestions either from a female ancestor who brings it to you in guidance, or an actual woman in this earth dimension that suggests something that sends you off in a beautiful direction. That's kind of the upper end, the spiritual end of the alchemy suggested by this card. We have the Seven of Swords. And this may be associated a little bit with the early anxiety that's being let go. The Seven of Swords is about stealth and holding your cards close to your chest, being surreptitious, but it can relate in a negative way to imposter syndrome. If you start having self-doubts that you're good enough, capable enough, whatever, to do this next phase of the journey in life, because this is very much a follow-up reading to last week's, and if you haven't seen last week's reading, I strongly suggest you do. And it's interesting because the 7 in kind of holding your cards close to your chest, if we take the positive view, you're still functioning here as the Nightmare of Crystals, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Nothing stops this knight from one foot after the next, just going for it. So you can't let things trip you up, and that old anxiety certainly will. Know that you don't always have control over what none of us do. We don't have control over how things turn out. We can't let that lack of knowledge stop us. We just need to go and have faith. Fear and faith cannot exist in the same continuum. And if we are of the universe and we are of the divine, we have nothing to fear. So move forward. It's followed by the Sun, which is the happy card. And the happy card is a beautiful card here because it says we are going to be successful. We are bringing the light, the enlightenment of our situation as we move forward. The next card here is Portal. And with the Sun, there is a portal being formed, and it is originality, realism, and progression. So we are moving forward, and the enlightenment brings that forward. We have the Ace of Swords again. So another idea. It's either this card is reinforcing this card, or it means another aspect of the idea, or perhaps a second idea to help streamline our direction. Oh, this is interesting. It's clarified by the Six of Moons, or the Six of Cups. So it's emotional awareness or memories of the past. So look to the past to get some help with this incubating new idea. So something about this new idea is coming from things that we did in the past. That suggests that this Signora could be an ancestor and that could be intuitive. But don't let that stop you. However this comes, there is a link to the past with this new idea that's coming. Finally, the two extra cards here, we have the end of a tough cycle approaches, the full moon in Capricorn, and it's clarified by Capricorn. Okay, well, the Capricorn is the, I believe, the 9th, no, it's the 22nd of December to the 19th of January, something of that nature. So winter solstice time into January. And this is the end of a rough cycle, is the full moon in Capricorn. So look up that date, the full moon in Capricorn 2024. So that would be the full moon in, or 2025, sorry. Look up the full moon in Capricorn 2025 and you will see when the progression of everything we've added to the journey of last week takes us now from the time of Scorpio and completely finishes. So this looks like this reading is fine-tuning the journey that was spoken of last week. And this week we are getting information in to us which allows us to put the icing on the cake. You can flip the camera, Brian. So this is a really helpful to me. Spirit often doesn't do this. Once a message is given, it is within our free will purview to roll with it or not roll with it. It's our choice. But this week, this second reading seems to be giving us some additional supportive information. It's still the same journey indicated by last week. However, they're giving us some extra information and saying that the bulk of it is in place by Scorpio. However, it completely finishes by the full moon, give or take a few days, in Capricorn of 2025. So this is quite a journey. This is, a full 8 months. Anyway, I thank you for staying with me, if you have, till the end. We thank you in a heartfelt way for all your support through coffee or sending e-transfers or just making a donation through PayPal. However you're doing it, it's really helping us out with all the things we're facing lately. And we look forward to having you back. We thank you for coming back. If you're an original subscriber or if you're new, we thank you as well. I don't usually say anything more than a ho, but I will say mi te dontewe, nimikomos, mi te dontewe nokomis, chimigwich, nyoe, aho.